Welcome back, you guys. And like I told you, I have a special guest here today. I'm so super excited. This is my first guest on Kicking It with Keita. You guys, make sure you go comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend that we back at it again, Kicking It with Keita. And we gonna talk. We not gonna play. It's gonna get wild. My sister, my first guest, little early
How y'all doing?
Silly.
Kicking it with Keita World. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate
Sister,
it.
I appreciate you being here. I'm so glad you in town. I'm so
Love it.
glad we got a chance to sit down and talk and not just talk about family. Talk about James Bond. Talk about James Bond.
I'm honored. Thanks for having me. I
And
appreciate it.
this is going to wrap up our 5-part series. And we're going to really get into some serious topics. We're going to talk about family. But again, my guest, my sister,
That's good.
she is here. And it's going to be a Freestyle Friday, you guys. It's going to be a Wow What I Do a Wednesday. It's going to be a wow out, wonderful segment today. So you guys, my baby sister, what do you want to talk about? We just going to kick it. What you want to do? What's the topic?
You in charge. I'm just here. I tell you, as my Uncle Mac will say, I'm going to just follow your lead. So.
Okay, well, since this segment is about family, and you know what kind of family we got, you know what we doing, how do you feel about being like a little man on the totem pole? A little man, down low. From your perspective, you tell me, how does it feel to be a younger sibling? Tell me some pros and cons about being a younger sibling. How do you feel about that?
Well,
Shut up, because I'm your big sister.
But a
No.
lot of times,
Okay.
people think I'm a lot older than the eighth child. I'm next to the baby girl.
And what do they say? Why do they think that?
I think I'm pretty mature, you know. I mean, I'm pretty level-headed. I'm number 8. They always say number 8 is a new beginning, special. Number 8, look it up, means a lot of powerful things. So, I definitely meant I was meant to break the mold, but I do my best, and I think I try to think outside the box. I mean, I'm like a sponge, so I pour in, but I also push out. You know, you can soak into me, but I also release when needed. So.
Are you a mother?
Oh yeah, I'm a mother. I'm a lover. No, no. I'm definitely a mother, and I love what I do. I think it's the best job I ever had. So, I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. You know.
But speaking of jobs, like, what's your profession? What do you do? I'm just faking like I don't know, because you know this for YouTube and my subscribers. Go hit that button, y'all. But what do you do?
In my main 9 to 5, I mean, but in my life, I think my purpose here was to talk about enlightenment and on a more financial tune base. You know, I'm an accountant, you know, and that's what I love to do. But I'm also into investing and, you know, planning for life and planning for end of life and generational wealth and building that generational wealth. So I was the first in my family to do a lot of things as far as going to college and trying to help my brothers and sisters realize that we could do more. You know, you don't have to be your circumstances, you know. You don't have to be where you came from, that you can be more, you know. You can come from the trenches, and out of the trenches can grow a rose, you know. And from the dirt can grow the most beautiful things, you know. You can be burnt up, and that relife, that regrowth comes from the ashes. So, and I think we definitely came from the ashes. We definitely came from the trenches. This is just the beginning. I don't want to go too far on my story.
You got the floor, sister.
I'm gonna just give you a little taste. You know, but we've been through the trenches. I mean, Margaret shared some of the things we've been through. That's just her side, you know, her POV. But Margaret is the second oldest, and I'm the second youngest. So it's definitely different perspectives and different lenses that we've seen life through. And it's interesting to see my big sister doing what she's doing and seeing what she had to say, looking from the top down. And me looking from the bottom up. So
I love that.
It was definitely different views, but in the end, we had different experiences, and we were going through the same thing. So
well, you gotta tell YouTube. You gotta tell my subscribers. Give us an experience. So, like you said, I love sister. No, seriously, real talk, real shit. I love how you said I'm looking from the top to the bottom, and you're looking from the bottom to the top. Yeah. So we got 2 different experiences. I never looked at it. I love that, because that is what I needed to hear as far as family, because I'm only telling it from my
I mean, for a
perspective.
lot of times I felt like y'all was at the table and I was at the bottom eating crumbs. I
Oh,
was catching
oh.
what was
Well,
left
let's
over.
talk. Wait, you said
It was
crumbs?
rough. You know,
Crumbs?
having six older sisters.
Crumbs?
I mean, it didn't. It was not like. I mean, say hand-me-down clothes, right? If
Okay.
your sisters get some nice clothes, and you know your mom like you didn't get anything because you gonna get the shoes that your sister had last year. And I mean, it was times I was wiping off Corlina's shoes and Paulina's shoes because I know I was gonna wear those shoes.
Oh, wow.
I would tell them, "Hey, don't mess those shoes up. I gotta wear those," and they would really take that to heart. Like they were, "Early, you gonna wipe these shoes off? I'm done with them." And I clean them, put the shoestrings in bleach water. These about to be hot.
They finna be
They look alike.
Relight.
So to have six other sisters that was fashionable and beautiful and was similar to me, you know, like I sync myself and my sisters, like we look similar, right?
Yes.
So I mean, I have nothing but love for that. It wasn't a bad thing, but to know that I couldn't get certain clothes because I had to wait. Y'all have clothes.
Mm-hmm,
You don't get new clothes because they got new clothes. But I mean, it's times I did get new clothes. Don't get me wrong, but having a family of 10, you didn't always get what you want. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And sometimes it had to roll downhill. It had to trickle down. And if it's no food at the top, imagine the straps that's coming down to the bottom.
Wow. So,
So-
I'm really, when
it
I
was
say
dry
I'm
up
receiving
here.
this, like I'm seriously receiving it.
I felt sometimes I was really left out, like really forgotten about.
Well, you know what? That time I came and got you from the north side, like I'm glad I did that, because I would never
Yes.
want to leave out my sisters. And having a big family and listening to my sisters talk about this, you guys who have big families, go down in the comments and y'all comment big family, because this right here is it's really bringing me closer. It's making me really want to talk about family more. Listening to my sister, because like she said, it's a perspective. It's a different take on our childhood and how we was growing up. And speaking of our childhood, you want to talk about State Street a little bit, just a little bit. We're gonna get wild, so let's talk because State Street, the Wild Honey. Shout out to State Street. Shout out to Wild Honey.
Shout out, wow.
Shout out to Wild Wild. You want to talk about State Street a little bit?
Well, State Street Scallons, I do have to say I was about in third grade when we left, so that was a different perspective. And then we moved over to Harvard, but Scallon, that started my journey of realizing what gutter really was, even at a young age, seeing
Wild Wild
things that
trenches.
kids shouldn't really see at such a young age.
Oh wow.
Being exposed to things that your young eyes probably couldn't really interpret at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I made my own interpretation, and a lot of times it was scary, but you just kind of get through it. You get numb, you get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my big brothers and sisters who would kind of like navigate me through that, thank God. So they gave me a lot of pointers on what to do and what not to do. But it was times, you know, kids shouldn't have to go through that. I would just say that. I don't want to get too involved in it.
Well, listen.
And too detailed.
My subscribers and the people who watch me, who's been watching my videos,
But let's just
they
say,
understand it's gonna get wild.
Okay, I was born. Let me just put it some context to my content. I'm gonna give you some context and background. I grew up in the 80s. You know, that was the crack epidemic. That's when crack kicked you in the teeth real hard. So that's why I'm just saying it's not no. This is when it all started.
It's not for the faint of heart. Is
Yeah.
what she's saying.
70s is where they started perfecting it. By the 80s, it was down to a science. That our culture, our neighborhoods. When I grew up, I seen police officers in our block, teachers. I heard my sister talk about this. You know, it was really respectable professions, doctors in our neighborhood. But by the time I got to the age where I can understand, I didn't see any of those people anymore.
Oh.
Only thing I seen was drug dealers and fiends. I seen the lady one time when I was like probably 8 or 9, sitting on the street smoking drugs. I won't say what the drugs was for editing purpose, so I don't want to get nobody.
If you know, you know.
Right.
Cause
with her baby in her hand, and I'm 8 years old and I'm trying to fathom what's happening. And that's where we're at, you know, that's where we're at in life, seeing people openly doing drugs like it's nothing. Like, this is your life now. This is your life on drugs. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I grew up in. So a lot of time it was like this is part of life now. This is how our life is going to be, and there was nothing we can do about it.
Yeah. And sometimes, you know, you get desensitized from things like that,
Exactly.
and you think in your head, this is normal. Everybody goes through this, and everybody
Or
deals
it
with
was
this
our
in their
new
family.
normal. It was
Our new normal. It was, but again, from my perspective, I ain't gonna tell no stories and stuff. I looked at it like, for real. I looked at it like this shit normal, and I thought all families dealt with this. And when I got outside of our community and got outside of Roseland and got outside of State Street to go to Calumet City or go to Markham or go downtown, I said, oh no, this is not normal at all.
Yeah.
So,
And for me, I didn't have to go outside the neighborhoods. I still knew, like, our friends still were teachers. I still knew friends right there who families was trying to hang in there. And it just eventually sucked them in.
again, families getting taken down, families
taken
getting
down, taken
tore
in.
apart.
And eventually you'll see those kids' parents doing drugs, and there was no hope for nobody. So when my family, what happened in our story though, just to fill you in, that was then. What got us out of there, made the difference, is that we moved to another place. We removed ourselves from that environment, because if we would have stayed there, my story could have been very differently, you know. And I thank my mom and my dad for seeing that this is no life to live. And the only choice or the only way to survive or thrive or even make it is to remove it. And that's what a lot of families did. A lot of families left. And what was left was the bottom feeders who couldn't leave.
Yeah. And a lot of families didn't even really get that opportunity to leave.
It
was like they were trapped. And growing up in Chicago, the south side of Chicago, it again, my perspective, it felt like it was like hard to get out. It felt like it was hard to leave, to get out of the city.
So I thank God that I have cousins that's still there today who I talk to. We grew up together, I tell them my life could have been your life. If my dad and my mom didn't make that one choice, that I wouldn't be an accountant. I wouldn't be, trying to, a master's degree and trying to get licensed and trying to do these major things, because my life would have been very different. Not to say it was any walk in the park, but it could have been worse.
No walk
it
in the park.
It was definitely no walk in the park. It wasn't even a walk in an alley. So definitely not a walk in the park.
But you guys, look, y'all know what Rob said. We already won. We made it out. We made it out. And that's why y'all watching us today. Yeah. Y'all go ahead, hit that button, subscribe, share. Tell a friend, tell a co-worker. Like, look, my baby sister here. We kicking it. I'm Keita. Let's go. Definitely. And just getting back to the topic of family, no matter what trials and tribulations, sister, we went through, we was always, it's a gruesome. It was always, look, you got this, I got that, let's go. We together. When I move, you move. Just like that. It was always one motion. It was always stick together, no matter what. No matter what.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, my brothers and sisters definitely played a major role in my mental health, or just safety. I'm not even going to keep it sugar-coated. Like, I survived because of my sisters.
Keep it a buck. Yeah, they know. They know. Keep it a buck.
We definitely took care of each other, and we made sure we was okay. If you jumped on one of us, we was that family. We jumped on all of us.
What?
I can remember as times being number 8, having 6 sisters, and 2, a brother. Not my little brother wasn't much, but my older. So I had 7 people I can call on site, and like 20 cousins.
I love
20 cousins.
Look, y'all know it got wild.
On site means when I seen them, I'm like, there she go right there, and it's on site.
Y'all know. Look, put it in the chat. Put it in the comments on site.
I had sisters.
If you know, you know.
I had a time where I was in 5th grade, and an 8th grader smacked me in the face. They was trying to jump on me, and they smacked me. She was pretty big. I ain't say nothing. I did say something. I said, I'm gonna tell my sister. And
There you go.
I ran back and got my
Let's
sister.
go. Let's go.
And when I got there, I told my sisters, like, which one? And I said, that one right there. And immediately, it was Hulk smash. It was
Hoax. Y'all hear what
no
she said?
question.
Nope.
So, not said I'm no punk. I was going to do what I got to do, but it was a lot of them.
But to clarify on
Yeah,
site.
just to clarify,
Right.
on site.
Okay.
That mean when she see you, it's over. So
It got real wild.
it was definitely an interesting childhood. So I do enjoy having a big family base. It had its downsides, of course. You know, having to share all my Christmas toys. I remember the gift saying the girls, the boys, not one gift saying early except for a pair of socks.
It's always the socks.
Maybe some pack of crayons. But I remember we got a Barbie doll once. It was 3 names on one Barbie doll. I was like, really?
Really? Really? Okay, we know it's a hard knock life, but 3 names? But it's okay.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
we
okay.
can, you know what? We can talk
But
about
we
it.
played with them. It was multiple. It may have been like 4 of them, you know. And we just shared times. And that's, you know, we made the most of our life. I realized having 10 kids, 1 income, that had to be hard, you know. I don't care what time you was living in. I got 3 kids, and I couldn't imagine having 1 income trying to support all of them.
But you got to think about this, sister.
And-
Times was different. You know, the economy was different. You know, housing was different.
Yeah.
So you can look at it like, yeah, we survived, but
even
it could have
then,
been better.
It could have been a lot
Right, I
better.
know what you're
It could have
saying,
been a lot better. And then you have drugs and alcohol that played a major factor in the quality of our childhood.
Yes,
I can only
yes.
speak for this myself, but I think that played a major contributing factor to the quality. I think we could have done a lot better as far as the quality of our childhood. But I'm not complaining. It's made me who I am today.
Most definitely, most definitely. And if you think about any other families, I bet you it's like maybe 10 or 15 things they like, oh, we could have did better on this. I mean, it's levels to this thing called life. And I look at it from my perspective.
We made it.
We
I
made
definitely
it.
think that.
You know, we made it. We did that. And no matter what, when you talk about it and you verbalize it and you get it out and say, sister, I love you. I'm glad you was there to support me during my times on the north side. Sister, let's get together. Let's do Barbados. Let's do Japan. Let's do Amsterdam.
Let's
do it. So
we got to continue to make those memories.
we got to
that
continue to
life-
make those lifestyles.
Even though we had that lifestyle, that childhood, that's not the end of our story. That's
Hello?
what I try to focus on.
Come on.
That was just some chapters in my life that I can now take to, build off of and realize, okay, what did that do? What did I learn from that? And I have those stories to tell my kids, you know, and to tell myself, you know, that I made it through. If I can make it through that, I can make it through anything. I've already
And
made
when
it.
you talk to your kids about your childhood, like, just give me a face. Like, what are one of the faces they make? Is it like,
Pretty much flabbergasted that I can't believe that I
Like-
went through that.
like I have my kids
Let's just
on
say,
the edge of their
let's
seat
just
though.
say they say I don't look like what I've been through.
Period.
I don't look like what I've been
Period.
through.
Yes. And that's
they
why.
can't believe
Yes.
it. But they can appreciate me that much more. You know, and sometimes I think like I'm supposed to be here. Like it's times. I mean, I've been in shootings. I've been robbed twice when I was pregnant.
We gonna say that for another episode. Come on, we gotta keep them on the edge of their seat.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
gonna
giving
be
you some tidbits on how
Yo,
it
get
happened.
look.
Yeah.
Don't spill all the tea.
Let's
They
just
know we
say
get.
I've been shot at the stove.
Look, come on.
Literally.
They hear. Listen, they hear you from the hundreds. What else?
it's
I mean,
good
come
rough.
on. That's a part of the
It's
territory.
very
You
rough.
got to come back again on.
Okay.
Why did I do a Wednesday then and again on Friday?
I
So,
thought you was closing out the family edition, so I was trying to close it out.
girl, we ain't never closing out. We keep.
Otherwise, they'll have to wait for my book, I guess. No.
Yes, sister, yes.
But
So
yeah.
this is my 8th sister, and I got 8 children. Like it's prophecy. Like I love you being my first.
I
guest.
love you too.
I love
Oh,
you
I love
being
you.
my first. No, I
I love being your first.
I
guest,
love
yes.
you as my sister,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I love you as being my first.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
You guys, you know what? Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. My sister's going to be back on here again.
Definitely.
You guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you subscribing. Go tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a co-worker that early on here, Key on here, we kicking it. Y'all go subscribe. Go ahead. I love y'all. Mean it. And finish having the day, the life that you deserve. Sister, go ahead.
Well, thanks for having me on here. It's been pleasurable. I mean, I do want to come back and share more information, not just on my past, but the present. That's what's more important. I can't control the past. Only thing I do is build off of that and learn from it. But my life is so much more exciting in the present. If you think my past was something, wait till you hear what I'm about to do now. So
I love it,
it's
sister.
there's so much great things to come, and I mean, I'm here to share it. That's all.
We here, she here, y'all here. Go hit that subscribe button. Y'all continue to watch. I appreciate y'all patience. Love you, mean it. We gonna kick it. Love you. Mwah.